Now, let's go. Prepare for it, baby. One way or another. And as the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. This including the ice wall. Let me see TCB in the chat, SOB. Shout out to the division champs. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Let's get it. Y'all see it? Come on. As the room fill up, be sure and make sure my hat is good. It's on there. Y'all can see it. Break out the champagne bottles in the Hennessy, baby. Let's get it. All right. Let's go.
In Green Bay. That loss took, there are a lot of guys that were on that staff in Green Bay that are here in Dallas, and that was an important game to them. You know, we talk about Jonathan Gannon and, you know, the game he had last week, Arizona versus Philadelphia. That was an important game to Mike McCarthy, and I think that right there was probably the end of Mike McCarthy saying, you know what, Kellen Moore, you're not my offensive coordinator anymore. I'm going to make a call at the end of this.
Yeah, hear audio.
And we're going to make a change. So hopefully things are better the second time around. I'm just grateful there's no Aaron Rodgers here but I'll tell you what, Jordan Love is playing really, really well for them right now. So looking forward to sitting down and watching tape. If I had to make a prediction, Zach, I'm going to say we're probably going to be working a night game.
Okay.
On Sunday night. That would
Sunday night.
That would be my prediction.
Yeah, a lot of people are texting like,
don't the two seeds
automatically play on Saturday. I don't know if that's locked in. I think a lot of it is based on.
I think it's on networks.
No Saturday game.
NBC gets a Saturday game, and I think they're going to get
no
one
Monday
more
night
after
game.
that.
And they're all going to be fighting about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And not to mention now it's Packers Cowboys, two legendary franchises.
Right.
That's going to be an extremely fun matchup to break down. I'm sure Mike McCarthy will be asked about that during his post-game presser as well. We'll have Coach for you. We'll have Dak Prescott, more post-player audio as well. Tony Pollard, I mentioned, 6th running back in team history to post back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, joining Zeke, DeMarco Murray, Emmett, Tony Dorsett, and Calvin Hill. So congratulations to Tony Pollard, whom I think, rightly so. There's been a lot of frustration, even from his part.
A lot of frustration.
He's been vocal about it.
Yeah,
but what he's done, I mean, the Dak Prescott isn't necessarily having the type of season he's had without the pass protection from Tony Pollard. And there might be some that roll their eyes at that, but I mean that's factual. He has been so improved in that area of his game.
Well, I'll tell you what, you could watch the All 22, and Tony Pollard, he might not be getting the yards per carry that he's had in the past.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, his blitz pickup stuff and awareness in the pocket has been elite this year.
877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text. Let's get back to the phones. Our guy, Big Jim in Round Rock. What's going on, my friend?
Well, Chuck, about this, I couldn't be happier. It was a good game, fellers.
He said fellers. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation while they are taking care of the phone calls there. I want to say here, Cowboys, that the Cowboys heading into their third straight playoff game, these are things that we ought to look at. We now have playoff experiences, right, with the S at the end of it. And the Cowboys got 2 coaches that's been down here before, 3 actually if you count Bone Fossil. But we got to take care of business. From what we are hearing with Gilly, I will update y'all as soon as I get information on that. Some are saying that it was a wrist Some people said it was a shoulder. But if it's upper body, then he'll be able to play. All right. Cowboys, we got to go all in, man, in these playoff games. This is where the rubber meet the road. And the Cowboys got to stand tall or not at all. Everything that we've been talking about this year, some of the things that we look back at even in this Washington game, we had to snap in and say, hey, Cowboys, stand tall. Do your thing. Don't fold up like a wallet nor a lawn chair. Come on. We need to see great drives put together, and the coaching staff did that. They did that 1,000%. The coaching staff rebounded. We saw a little slowness, a block kick, and these sorts of things, and we were talking about how you respond. Truth be told, when you look at the final score, you would never think that we were behind in this game. We trailed in this game, but we locked in this game, and that outweighs the pitfalls. And that's what great teams supposed to do. Get hit in the mouth, shake it off, and fight it through the end. And we did just that. Even though, we were talking our stuff.
First time he's been back in the postseason since 2019 with the New England Patriots. This is exactly why he wanted to come to the Dallas Cowboys.
Him and Brandon Cooks, too. You look at Brandon Cooks, and poor Brandon Cooks is a guy that's been kind of traded for, players for picks. And, he never seems to kind of, be the guy that's, gets to stay at one spot. But everywhere he's been super, super productive. So congratulations to the front office, too, for making the trade.
Yes.
Two
huge trades.
Two huge trades that worked out for you.
Yeah, and today, Brandon Cooks playing a big role. 6 for 39, another touchdown catch for him. And it seems like, and I've mentioned this a lot during the postgame, anytime Brandon Cooks is making a catch, it seems like it's going for a first down.
Yeah.
It's for a touchdown. He's a big impact player, and with the amount of attention that CeeDee Lamb is going to generate from opposing defenses, it just makes the play of a Jake Ferguson, of a Brandon Cooks, even that much more important moving into the postseason now, as the Cowboys will be taking on the Green Bay Packers next weekend, Wild Card weekend, at AT&T Stadium. 877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text. I do think you made a great point when it comes to the play calling, because I was driving in and listening to you and Eric, and that was my first initial fear. You find out, okay, you've got two backup guards in Bass and Hoffman, and I remember us having this conversation after that Arizona game. The three backup offensive linemen are not why you lost that game.
No.
They played well enough to give you a chance in that one, and even Coach McCarthy said afterwards it impacted my play calling.
It did.
But you could tell on that first drive when the Cowboys went down 8 plays, 67 yards in 3.5 minutes, Dak finds Jalen Tolbert. He wasn't going to let that impact his play calling today.
No, he was not. And great job by the young guys, and they looked solid. I can't wait to always say this. I always love to watch the tape the next Monday morning and to see how these guys played. I'm sure it wasn't pretty at times, but overall, though, it didn't look like to me that Dak Prescott was hurried in any way. We've talked about the running game, that they're able to run some through the middle there.
When they get finished, I'm gonna say something.
I think you couldn't have asked for a better ending for them, for those young guys. And hey, how much I know. I know that these guys get work during the week, but how much work? Bass got a lot of work,
and that's probably why they wanted to keep him on the left side.
Exactly, in Bass. But Hoffman on the other side, how much work does he really get?
Especially at guard.
He gets one practice, though. He gets the practice, that Wednesday practice that Zach Martin doesn't participate in. So and hey, great job of those guys being ready to play.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to Derek in Brooklyn. Derek, what's going on? You're on the official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys.
No doubt. While Derek speaks over there, I want to say this. I'm just looking over everything that's going on and processing everything. Gilly spoke. He said that he will be fine, so that's good news right there. Let's give a round of applause for Gilly. And where my button at? Where my button at? Here we go. All right, so here's what I wanted to say with the offensive line. And I know it's against the Washington team who really don't have dogs out there. But, dog, man, we look good. That offensive line look good. The things that we had issues with, shoot, T.J. Bass did his thing. Brock Hoffman did his thing. The two guys that we were kind of like, hey, they look good, y'all. So round of applause to that O-line. And what I wanted to say was, shoot, they look better. They look better than what we've seen in the last few weeks, man. So, hey, and round of applause, too, for 7-7, too. Now, let me switch over to let me play this real quick.
Hey, maybe they haven't played as good teams at home versus on the road. If you want to use that argument, that's fine. In a weather-controlled environment on the fast turf at AT&T Stadium with the home crowd who's been absolutely phenomenal supporting them, the Cowboys at home are a different beast. And now they're going to get a chance to get to the conference championship game with not having to play on the road.
Yeah, that's everything about it that you said is absolutely right. And there's things with Mike McCarthy. We talk about game management stuff, maybe some attention to detail. But the one thing that he's been able to do is, and he said that they were going to work on helping the quarterback not turn the ball over. And the first part of the season, Mike McCarthy, that offense wasn't good enough.
No,
it wasn't good enough, and it really took. It really took what happened at San Francisco, and Kevin Burkhardt said, that CeeDee Lamb went in there and respectfully said, hey, there's probably a lot of folks that went to Mike McCarthy and said, hey, we have to do this different, or we have to think about this in a different way.
While they're talking about this, let me give y'all a quick update status on Stephon Gilmore. He said that his shoulder popped out of place. He popped it back in, so Riggs! He didn't return, but he said he planned on playing against the Packers in the first round of the playoffs. Riggs would take his shoulder. Riggs would take his shoulder, and he'll pop it back in place. Riggs! My shoulder! Can you pop it back in place? So he had his Riggs moment, y'all. So, hey, that's what I love to hear,
Having that stubborn approach as a coach where, no, this is my offense, and we're going to find a way to make this work, and I'm not changing anything. No, they went ahead and did some soul-searching, and they did an excellent job correcting that at the bye week. It's something that we have talked about ever since with how different this offense looks, with the movement, with the motion, with the different personnel groupings,
route combination,
the bunches, the route combinations, which is one of our biggest complaints under Kellen Moore. The offense has been fantastic, and they are focusing on getting CeeDee Lamb the football.
Yes.
And how many times following postseason losses were we looking up and it's like, well, CeeDee Lamb had 5 targets?
Right.
CeeDee Lamb had 6 targets?
Well,
come on with it.
I think you lost the Dolphins game because you forgot where he was on the field.
Where he was on the field.
Okay, that's a learning hump. Don't make that same mistake in January.
I clearly believe that last week when they went into the game, Mike McCarthy said, I am not going to allow CeeDee Lamb to go without targets at any point in time in this game.
All right, let's go to line 5. We got Corey in Dallas. Corey, what's going on? You're on with Zach Wolchuk and the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus.
Yes, sir. Happy Saturday, Sunday to y'all boys.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
He don't know what day he on.
I got a couple points.
Saturday,
first
Sunday.
thing first is, I know it was the Washington Commanders, but I got to give credit to that man, Dak Prescott, man. I mean, 2 backup guards. It was one play, he looked like Brady. In the pocket, dancing around, in the red zone where we got trouble. And, he just delivered a strike to CD where he didn't even have to move to catch the ball. For Dallas fans to even hate on Dak Prescott as he led the league in touchdown passes and he stood on business like he said at the beginning of the season. He said, I will not throw 10 interceptions this season.
Absolutely.
And he didn't.
He did
and
not.
The interception in this game was a tip pass anyway that Gallup could have fought for, but that's another story. But just to say, man, that quarterback we got is ridiculous. My second point is that I love our edges. Armstrong, Lawrence, Sam Williams, Fowler. They need to play edge first and second down more than Micah. They're hungrier. They're honestly bigger. They're more built for the position. We drafted Micah to be a linebacker. You see how them edges play today? Every time I look up, I see Fowler or Armstrong in the game, they get a sack. Me as a fan, if I can see that, I know Dan Quinn got to see it. So I mean, hopefully them dudes can play more and we can actually move Michael back to backer. And then my third thing is that
how many points?
3, 12, and 5 seasons in a row. I mean, like they said, caller before me, like with Jason Garrett, we'll win 12 games and go 8-8. I mean, the consistency that Mike McCarthy brought to this team, the offense, firing the last OC, the last DC, and really put his hands and blueprint on this team. I mean, we are blessed to have that man as a coach.
Appreciate the call there, Corey. The consistency's key, and coach has certainly done that. But to play the quarterback, and it's funny. It's like you don't have to go ahead and say, well, I know it was the command. You can give the quarterback credit.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
Yeah.
Man, they do that all the time. When Brady played the Jets, Dolphins, Bills, they was terrible during that time frame.
And how the quarterback needed to play better. Doesn't need to be like, oh, I know, but no. Dak was damn good.
He was.
And Dak's been damn good the majority of this entire season, which is why he should be in the MVP conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah, he went out and he did exactly what he had to do today. The play caller is helping him a lot.
He is.
It really, really is. And Dak is understanding
Only
where he
a few
needs to go with the
hiccups,
ball.
hiccups,
He's got an elite wide receiver and a tight end that's a dangerous reception guy, run after catch. You know, the running game is what it is. You know, the offensive line, when they're on, and giving Dak time, this offense is difficult to stop.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll see him throughout the playoffs at home continue to do the things that they do offensively, like today. Today was a great day because it's such an unknown playing a team like the Commanders. This was not your normal game.
No.
This was just not your normal game. And they went out there and did exactly what they had to do.
877-881-1053. The number to call, the number to text. That opens up a couple of lines very quickly on Stephon Gilmore. He said his shoulder popped out of place.
Yeah.
He popped it back in.
There's that subluxation
Riggs!
thing. Yep.
Didn't return, but he plans to play against the Packers in the first round of the playoffs. We'll hear more from Coach Mike McCarthy. We also will have Jerry Jones, your owner and general manager as well, commenting on the Cowboys' 12-5 NFC East championship season as they get ready to fly back home to the Star in Frisco and welcome.
No doubt, man. So when they come back, y'all just let me know. I just want to give y'all more and more thoughts of everything. But salute to Prize Picks once again for sponsoring and providing information for this show. And I thank all of you guys for rocking with me all last year, all the way up until this point, and those who subscribed and got me over 120,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all, man. Cowboys. We won today with the Prize Pick using Brandon Aubrey with the 0.5. Yeah, he made that kick at the end. And then Joey, hey, we left those boys right at 10 like y'all said we would. And I appreciate that, man, so much. And you can do the same with Prize Picks. All you got to do is download Prize Pick, use promo code LAW, and you'll be in the mix as well. I got 2 super chats, man. It's from Roy King, man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Dak is the clear MVP, but because we have so many haters, he may not get it in absolute bull sugar. Yeah. So, yeah, he might not get it. I look at it like this, yo. Let them continue to hate because it seems as if, though, that's what drive him. That's what keep him going, you know.
Let's go, man!
Let's go.
Let's go!
He embraced his role. So, let him continue to do that. Shout out to you, Solar Vision Debate League. Appreciate you. $10 support. Appreciate you for your support. He says, how about them Cowboys? I'm listening to you as and occasionally go over the Eagles post game to hear Seth Joyner cry. Laugh out loud. Riggs. Let the AI speak on it, too. She want to get in on this,
Solar Vision Debate League, $10. How about them Cowboys?
How about
I'm
them?
listening to you as I occasionally go over to the Eagles post game to hear Seth Joyner cry. Lowell Riggs.
Riggs, baby! That's what they gonna do. They gonna cry.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!
Jeez. Cowboy Nation, man. Here's the thing, though. These players are going to really enjoy this win because we've been spit upon, mocked. Yeah, they laughed at us when Diggs got hurt. They scoffed at us when we started to win and beat certain teams. They poked fun at us And they said that the Cowboys only do what we do against terrible teams, right? They bashed us. And when I'm looking at these playoffs, the teams that we won, we did beat the teams that's in the playoffs. Outside of the 49ers, we beat Detroit, we beat the Eagles, we beat the Rams, right? So they keep talking bad about us, but let us be who we are. Let us be the enemies, man, and let us take on this all the way. Travis, man, appreciate you. We the NFC East champs, baby. Yes. Yes. And remember, they was giving all of the sunshines and rainbows, well, they can keep the rainbows to the Eagles, but they were giving all of that stuff to them. And they were saying they looking great. And they was talking. We can't find a single Eagle fan in the chat right now. They was all over here. Come on. They was talking. What were they saying? They looking great. You know, what were they saying?
We looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds.
So they were loud and wrong. Double time. They said they were looking great. And what we had to do, we had to just suffer from everybody, all of the networks, and we had to wait our time. So, yeah, we're going to have to continue. We're going to have to continue to prove them wrong. We haven't accomplished anything. Don't give us false praises. Don't try to jump over here to this side. No. No. If you wasn't with us on the bad times, don't try to jump over here on the good times. No. No. We stood tall. Yeah. Yeah, we stood tall for where we was at. Hey, we took our licks and we kept on moving. Wait till next week. Yes, indeed. Even when we were hoes. It's been 46 quarters, y'all. 46 quarters without a single holding call on Micah Parsons. 46 of them. Ain't that right, Mike? How about them Cowboys? Y'all let me know when they back live over there on the radio station, because I want see the fan part of me want to be able to get some of that information too. You know, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Them Eagles MIA. They MIA, yeah. And we ain't even worried about them, but every time we had everything that we had to post, we enjoying our victory, they reminded us so quickly, hey, it's just the Giants. Anybody can beat the Giants. Anybody can beat the Giants, man. When we beat the Giants. How about them Giants now, huh? That's not even a playoff team. All right. Oh, man, it's just the Cards, man. I mean, y'all got beat out by the Cards. I said, all right, wait, y'all haven't played them yet. Y'all remember they try to water down the Jets win? You know, hey, man, we beat the brakes off the Jets. Hey, it's just the Jets. Hey, man, anybody can beat the Jets, man. And they was out here saying, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, hey, regress Scott. You gave Dak Prescott a full name, and he regressed even with a broken thumb last year and put 40 points on those Eagles, right? But they said that he would regress. So what did Jalen Hurts? Can somebody put his stat line down for your mind? Come on, baby. Bye, Felicia, baby. Hey, Marcus, appreciate you. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. It is what it is at this point. And I love every single part of it, baby. We celebrating its victory. Hey, we used to this Victory Monday, right? We going to be used to Victory Monday. Are we going to be used to Victory Monday tomorrow? Yeah, we used to it.
It was like for you in the
This started a long time ago, honestly, and just us being consistent and staying true to ourselves and, you know, just trusting our work that we put in the offseason. I feel like that's also showing itself a lot. And, man, it's only the beginning for us, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you said this week, this is big because we want to go home and we want to play a wild card game and we'll see what else at home. Can you even tell me what it's going to be like at AT&T next week?
Definitely going to be electric. If it's anything like our last home game, it should be a good one. I'm very excited. Looking forward to Cowboys Nation, seeing y'all again. Let's do it.
What do you think? Are we even going to be able to hear you say, here we go?
It will be exciting. It'll be loud. Fans got to control our emotions the same way as we will, and it'll be a hell of an atmosphere.
I know your head coach wants you guys to go in right now so you can hear who you're playing. Good luck, you guys.
Thank you.
Playing the Packers, yeah.
And that will be the Green Bay Packers. That will be the Cowboys matchup. Still waiting on the official time and day in which that will happen. We will certainly pass that along as soon as we find out. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus. We'll also hear from Coach McCarthy, Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones as well. But right now, let's go to the phones. We've got the voice of your Dallas Cowboys, the great Brad Sham. Brad, NFC East champs, they get the number 2 seed. They take care of business. What stood out to you about this one at FedEx Field this afternoon?
You know, they did their business, Zach. They did what they were supposed to do after they quit.
Got the big brain on Brad.
Army games, mess around mess.
That's a really good story, by the way. I wish everybody could hear your story with the actual language that goes along with it.
Yeah, I wish I could tell it on the air. But, but it's basically, Zach, it basically has to do with, well, you're just kind of fiddling around.
Yeah.
You're not doing what you need to be doing. And so, you know, you have these visions when you get a blocked field goal and an interception, and you're down 10-7 or whatever it is, and you think, no. But I think that it shows that they are the kind of team who then is going to do what they're supposed to do by doing exactly that for the rest of the game. So I think they're in a pretty good spot to go forward.
Brad, you in your pregame interview with Mike McCarthy you interviewed so well with the questions, but then we talked to you in the pregame and we asked, were you worried about 2 guards and would the game plan be altered? I think the answers we got is no, the game plan wasn't altered at all. They went out there, Mike McCarthy called his game on that game sheet and played that thing pretty wide open.
Yeah, it looked like the same thing to me, whether I don't know if you put an asterisk by it because Jonathan Allen's not playing and it's week 18, and but it is what it is. You can't change any of that. And I really thought, for the most part, based on, as you well know, Brian, it's almost impossible with the naked eye when you're watching the ball. But right. I thought they both did fine. I thought they both acquitted themselves well, and that's an encouraging thing.
Speaking about Coach McCarthy, he's now gone 12-5 3 straight years. You know as well as anyone, Brad, this was an organization that struggled to make the postseason in back-to-back years until he came here and changed that a year ago. What do you think of the job that Coach McCarthy's been doing?
Well, I mean, he's obviously done a very nice job. Let's hold on about they struggled to make the postseason. They were in the postseason 20 straight years. Way before.
Come on.
In recent history, they were.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
And I understand that Jason Garrett's not everybody's favorite. I resist the idea that he was kind of a stumbling, drooling, incompetent.
Yeah.
Because I believe they won 2 or 3 at least division championships and a playoff game or 2.
Come on, man.
His tenure. He had 10 years. He had plenty of time
13
to do
years, man.
What he needed to do, and he wasn't able to do it. So it was time for a change. But it's not like they never got in the playoffs. They're not the Lions, okay?
Right.
So I have to go back and look. I read the thing today, and I've read it before, Zach, that says he's the first coach of this franchise to win 12 games 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe without going back and looking that Tom Landry didn't win 12 games 3 years in a row. Now, for a lot of the time, 14 was all they played.
Right.
And then they played 16. So it's possible, you won 10 or 11. And when you're playing 12, when you're playing 14, if you win 10 or 11, that's pretty good. So it's possible. But what I think is it's incontrovertible that they had not done that, what you just said. They had not made the playoffs 3 years in a row since the
90, 91, 92, 93.
The last of 3. They had not done some of the things, double-digit wins, and I mean, that's all not insignificant stuff. And the sad reality of the world we live in is that is fine for now. And we all know that if we are not doing a post-game show in 3 weeks, then people are going to be unhappy and say it's time for a change. We know that. We don't know if it's correct or not. We don't know if it's justified or not. Depends on what happens in these next 3 weeks.
Right.
But they're now going to be judged. He's going to be judged. And the quarterback is going to be judged. Ultimately, not on what they've done for the last 18 weeks, but what they do for the next 2 or 3. And then beyond that.
Shout out to you, Ghostface Gaming.
What the standard is for this franchise, I don't think that's a bad thing. It can be unfair. But I do hope that whenever the final chapter is written, that Mike McCarthy does get credit for, I remember one of the things he said when they hired him in 2020 was he didn't just want to have occasional success. He wanted to build a program that was in contention every year. And once they got past that COVID year where they really had no idea how to deal with it, he's done exactly that. And so now, it's not just him. It's Will McClay, it's Stephen and Jerry, it's the whole organization. And they have now put the thing in a position where they are contenders every year. I think that's the kind of organization you want to have. In college, they'd call it a program. And now the trick is to improve on it in the postseason, because that's why you're playing professional football.
Brad, I'm ready to go to Mitchell Gleber and get him to give me that the Budweiser, the wagon that they hooked the Clydesdales up to.
Yeah.
At the State Fair?
At the State Fair. And I'm going to hook I'm going to hook Dak up.
Bandwagon?
I'm going to hook Dak up, and I'm going to hook CD up, and I'm going to hook Ferguson up and Micah up. And that's who I'm going to ride through these playoffs. That's my way of getting. That's my way of. I'm not going to be worried about a running game and all these other things. I'm going to just try and wear people out throwing the football the best I can, and then play defense the best I can with Micah Parsons.
But am I limited to 4 horses? Because I think number 90 is one I want.
Yeah, you could clip him onto the team as well if you want. I'm absolutely. But that's how I'm going to try and navigate this playoff. I'm not going to worry about running the football and all that other stuff.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and I believe that I agree with you. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm not worried about running the football.
Yeah.
I think it's good if you can run the football. I think it makes your passing game better.
Sure.
But in spite of the fact that back in March, the head coach said he was not interested in scoring points. He was interested in running the ball and playing with defense.
Yeah.
In spite of that, they've scored points and they have not run the ball real well.
Right.
And, I think it was encouraging the way both Pollard and Dowdle ran today. They're going to have to run some, and you know that. They're going to have to be able to run some as you get into this next stage, so that people just can't take away what your passing game can do. However, I think the point you're making, and it's one that I would agree with, is that when it's humming, when the plays are being correctly called and the protection is good, then this passing game is capable of pretty much carrying the load.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yep. They can make it move. I don't disagree with that.
Brad, thank you so much. Fly home safe, and we'll catch up with you next week. AT&T Stadium.
All right, fellas. Very good.
Good call from Brad, man. I just wanted to hear Brad Sham talk on that, and since we may be having, I don't know, some people said technical issues or what have you. I'm seeing the numbers going up and down and up, or what have you. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. There's a lot of people on the bandwidth here, but I want to say this though, Cowboy Nation, that one more time.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker.
Shout out to Brad Sham, man. You can't cushion this and say, well, Will McClay and Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, all of those boys were here too before Mike McCarthy. But since Mike McCarthy being here, we've been in fight and contingency. We've been in the race for winning the NFC East every year. Even the year that the Washington team won it in 2020, right? They only won one more game than us, I believe. Y'all look it up if I'm off on that. But every year we've been right there in the mix. So 3 years in a row, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. You don't get that by mistake. That's consistency. That's coaching. Now, even though you had to fight to get around Kellen Moore and these sorts of things, it's crazy for someone to write out an article. Coach is in the hot seat, you know. And I get what Darius is saying. You know, he called in earlier and he was saying, like, hey, you know, we hold him to a higher standard. Like, who else would you want? Who else do you think can do a better job in navigating through all of this stuff, dealing with the Jones family and beyond, to be 12-5, 12-5? And we look at it from this aspect of it. Also, with Dak Prescott, being able to have him healthy this year, knock on wood, you know, for us to see things going and coming the way it is. So I would say that Mike McCarthy program is a whole lot better than the previous. And I don't trust this particular team or from the front office say, okay, we'll just crash this one and go get another one. No more of that. So Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. This will be an emotional game from Coach Mike McCarthy, an emotional game from our fans, right, and from the owner box or what have you, especially looking back at what Green Bay did to us in 2014. Looking back to what Green Bay did to us in 2016. Now it's time for us to fill into that areas and plug this up for a win. Time is here. Take advantages of the situation. Green Bay Packers got the 23rd ranked defense. Take advantage. They got the 10th ranked offense. Now, if it's a shootout, then we'll shoot it out. But we got to be able to hold our ground and play. We the ones with the experiences in the playoff. They are the fresh team. They are the young team now, even though they had Aaron Rodgers there a couple of years ago. But they still are considered the fresh team. We are the experienced team now. Dallas Cowboys, stand tall and not at all. That's been our mantra all year, you know, and stand on business. Got to do those things. The Cowboys, we got the 6th ranked offense and the 6th ranked defense. I know rankings are just rankings, but we got to figure out ways, man. Cowboy Nation. All right, I know I promised y'all the phone lines. We're going to try to make it short and simple. We're going to let the first 10 callers in, and then we're going to bounce up out of here. I got to go grab something to eat and beyond. Know that we got people on the lines and everything like that. And the phone lines are brought to you by Prize Picks. Jump on in, post me your thoughts. And then there's tons of people doing post-game reviews and stuff. But I want you guys to jump on in.
There are 3 participants in the conference.
And then we'll read the super chats at the end. That's how we'll do that. All right, so if you already called and I already talked to you, man, you know, I'm trying to get to those who I didn't get a chance to talk to first. All right, so I got my guys over here. Appreciate y'all, man. This is a phone call brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix? Come on with it. I got Fargo, man. You live from the 402. Talk to me.
Law.
What's good?
Perseverance.
Yeah.
Perseverance.
Yep, dedication, hard work. You got to put that in there too.
It's 1 down, 4 to go.
Mm-hmm.
1 down, 4 to go. So let's keep on shining. Let's keep on doing what we do. We're going to get the Packers. You know what happens when cheese goes down to Dallas? It gets melted down, and then, well, it's Dookie the next day. You know what it is.
Yeah.
So we just going to eat them up, and that's how it's going to roll. So everybody celebrate this win. Don't let them say things about, well, this, that, or the other, and that team. And no. Went out there. 4 had it going. Cooks was in the mix. CD Lamb doing Lamb things. defense getting eaten. The buffet was wide open. Spicy bamboo, that's Bland getting the pick, baby. It's all good.
All good.
So that's all I really got, man. Let's keep it rolling, baby.
No doubt, man.
Let's go. How about them Cowboys?
How about him? That's my guy, man. Fargo, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in. I got from the 662 Will, man. You're live on the Nation, man. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
Hello, what's up, man? Great victory, man. Hey, we're going to enjoy this victory tonight.
Yep.
But we're going to get ready for Green Bay tomorrow.
Hey.
You know, this new season playoffs, we got to get ready, man. We got to get ready, man. And, man, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dak and CD, man. Man, I'm also loving what I'm seeing from Tony and Rico tonight, man.
Yeah.
If they can carry that on in the playoffs, then we'll be all right. We're going to be all right.
They must look at it from that aspect. Is using both running backs. I would love that split. Hey, 70 yards from Tony, 30-something yards from Rico, and on top of that, utilizing Rico in the backfield catching balls. Hey, man, that is the recipe. If you utilize these type of strength of our team, man, we can go far in these playoffs.
Most definitely. This is my last thing I'm going to say, man.
Talk to me, man.
If Dak won on the Cowboys and he playing like this with any other team, he'll win the MVP.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We got a bigger goal in mind, and that's to get to the Super Bowl. But that's all I got. That's all I got for you, Law.
No doubt, man. And I think that there's a certain reason why no Cowboys quarterback ever won regular season MVP. So it could be a reason there. I got Charles in charge, man. Thank you for jumping in, Charles.
Yes, sir, Mr. Law. How you doing tonight,
man? I'm doing well, man. Talk to me.
We are blessed to get that 2 seed. I kept telling everybody, man, Philadelphia this year was the 2020 Pittsburgh Steelers, and that proved to be right. Just hoping Gilmore's okay. Saw him leave he had a sling on after the game. The first report was USA Today, and it ruled out. And I'm hoping, just because it wouldn't let him back in the game, go next week. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He's already talking to reporters saying that he's okay, bro. Hey, you got a lot of bad background. It's like a lot of air in there.
Okay, yeah, it's on.
Hello?
Okay, I guess you're on speaker now. Bluetooth don't work too well sometimes. But with the number 2 seed, guys, we haven't had this is the best chance that we've had to get to the NFC Chip game since 95. This is a better shot than 14, in 2007, 2016, and even last season. This is our best shot, being that we are 16 in a row at the crib. And like you said, the Packers, they're virgin in the playoffs right now with that team they have. Mm-hmm. And then the path of least resistance would be is if the Rams beat Detroit and then go up to San Fran and somehow knock them off. And then, we beat the Packers and then play the winner of Philly-Tampa, you know what I mean? Then we'd be at home in the third round. So how about them Cowboys? And, the real season starts this coming weekend. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, man. Good call from you. All right. I got 703, then 815. Hold tight. All right, 703, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Hey, man, what's going on, though, bro? First of all, Happy New Year to you, bro.
Happy New Year to you, man. Thank you for jumping in.
Most definitely, man. I just wanted to say, man, Green Bay versus Dallas, man. Here we go again, man. First we had Romo with the Dez Cats, and then we had A-Rod with the last-minute throw against Dak Prescott, and now I think Mike McCarthy rewrites history, man, against his old team, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go in here. We respect the opponent, but we're going to have to be disrespectful for them on the field. We should be able to showcase our talent, our skill sets. We're not playing on the road. This is a home game for us, so we should have the crowd in our favor. There shouldn't be a lot of Green Bay Packers fans in the building, but there are a lot of Green Bay Packers. They do like to travel pretty well. But we got to go in and take care of business, man. TCB.
Most definitely, man. Go Cowboys. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call I got Brandon, man, from the 815. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
I want to say shout out to Prize Picks. I want to say shout out to Loud Nation. I want to say shout out to the Nation. I want to say shout out to the Cowboys. This is the third year in a row. We got 12 wins.
12.
We got 12 of them. In the beginning of the season, off season, after last season, Law, what we say we judge Dak Prescott on?
Based off of the moments that he played this upcoming week versus the Green Bay Packers, you let us all know that he's 2-4 Dak Prescott, so he got the chance to write his own history right now. So now you can start being critical of Dak Prescott, Brandon.
Oh no.
Now you can. Yeah. And big games, big games, and I forgot to add that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, look. We got the best offense Dak has ever been in. We got CeeDee Lamb leading the league in receptions by a mile. Our defense another level. You just said Stephon and Gilmore talk to the media say this time. We got Mike McCarthy. We got home field. At least we're gonna play at least 2 home games.
2 of them.
We should at least. Law Nation, Dak fans. I don't want to hear no more excuses. We at this point. We all knew we was gonna be here.
Yeah.
My only thing is Law. We should be planning where the parade is gonna be. Let's keep it real.
Okay.
Let's keep it real, Law. We should be planning where the parade is going to be at. Anything else would be a flat-out disappointment. I don't care about us just the Washington game is over. I'm talking about playoffs. None of that other stuff matters anymore to me. We should be planning the parade, Law. If I'm lying, Law, just say I'm lying.
No, you're not. So at the end of the day, the Cowboys got to be victorious. It's sudden death now, man. Win or go home, and you already at the crib. So we gonna have to make sure we take care of business this upcoming week.
We got Green Bay coming in here. They're gonna be feisty. They got receivers. They got a quarterback who can move. They got some nice tight ends. They got Jair Alexander. He want to prove he a dog. They gonna fight, but we don't care about Green Bay. We should run through them, period. Don't tell me about nothing else. We should run straight through them. I'm not talking about run the ball, but, we should dominate them, period, end of story.
No doubt, man.
I don't miss me with anything else.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you calling in, fam. Let me hear you say it.
Man, how about them Cowboys, man? Hey, we got to get it done. Dak, I'm watching.
I already know. All right. All right. It is what it is. We pretty much, I don't see no new callers, man. MJ, man, you called in on halftime earlier, but what you got, man? I'm gonna let you be the final caller, man, before I go grab something to eat, man. Talk to me, man.
What up? How you doing, Law? Good
Doing
game.
great. Mm-hmm.
Now it's up to the defense. You win championships by your defense.
Right.
I don't care if we win 10-8, 10-9. This is for Brandon. I want my defense to be a defense. If I win 10-9, 12-10, no. It's all about the defense. This is it. This defense got to be NFL championship defense like the old Cowboys was.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with no Dak Prescott. So everybody over here listen, this is about this defense. If this defense do its job, don't stop that run, because they're going to try to run with number 33 and number 28 and stay in your lanes and get that quarterback down, we should win this game. Every game from now. No defense win championship.
They do.
I don't care about, you know what I'm saying, Law? I don't want to hear nothing. I know my offense could get 20. They're going to get 20, at least 20. But I don't want to be giving them 28, 31 points, not even 17. Let's keep teams down to 10 or 13. And now if we can't win 10-13, shame on us. This is it, y'all. No excuses.
No excuses,
Let's go,
man.
Cowboys.
Let's go, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, good call from you, fam. Appreciate those who pretty much were waiting in the call queue. But man, we got way too many that's in the queue, and I can't extend myself any further.
Goodbye.
So I appreciate y'all, man. I thank you, JV. I seen you in there, man. I seen John. I seen you in there. Salute to all of y'all. Jamie, I seen you in there, but I don't have the energy. I got to go grab me something to eat before I pass out over here. But I thank y'all so much for calling in. I really appreciate y'all for what y'all do. Salute to Prize Picks, man. Shout out to you, Warren Duncan. Thank you for your support. We're going to read out these super chats. And I really appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for all that y'all do for the nation. Here we go right here with the King for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your response here. I appreciate you. We got Law, you the best. I'm happy. We will be happier when the crybaby Lions get beat at home by the LA Rams. You are not lying. Yes, indeed. I can't stand the Lions because they keep crying. You know, I thought the Lions was a real good team until they started crying, and that's just what it is, man. Appreciate you. Zach Luna, he said the next time Weapon X NFL Eagles live stream, I'm going to clown him because his team is going to be out in week one. He talked trash on Dak all the time. How about them Cowboys? Yes, indeed. They known for talking hate, Zach Luna. And right now, y'all can just go back and listen to all of those videos that they talk bad about our team. And now they got to eat crow. You know, good show. Shout out to you, Jeff. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. SOB, appreciate y'all, man. I thank each and every last one of you all for being part of these type of streams. We've been live for like almost 10 hours, man, today. And I appreciate y'all so much for your love and support and your love and adulations. I guess allegation is on my mind because how the Cowboys beat down all of the teams in the NFC East, at least got blown out, at least once. And they talk bad about us too. They did. On our journey. Give me some fires in the chat if possible. They ridiculed, they spit upon us, they talk really bad about our team. They said we didn't play anybody, and we continue to do our deal. We continue to stood tall on the necessary things, and we took care of business. And at the end of the day, shout out to all of y'all that's here. What a way to go into the play to play against the Washington team. Whereas, hey, they had us sweating for a second. And that's right, Big, I see you in the chat. For a quick second, I said, hey, what's going on? But they wiped the sweat off. They shook off all of the circumstances and stood on top of it. Some people will say, hey, man, we didn't fence at all, man. We knew what we were going to do. We just had to get our alignments together. But we're here now, ladies and gentlemen. The final stretch. This is the most important part. See, we knew we were going to be here. We knew that we can take care of business to get here, and we know that we belong. But the naysayers, the haters, the trolls, they couldn't see it because they were blinded by hate. But let a naysayer know, L-A-N-K, let a naysayer know who we are. You can't take this away from the history book. The NFC champs. You can't remove that. Nor can you remove the greatness from what Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn exhibit and exude. Are there hiccups? Yeah. Are there blind spots? Yeah. But it's all about how you can shake those things off too. There's only been one team that's been undefeated, and it was 19 of 72. The Dolphins. So we know that we learn more from our failures than our success. We learn more from our losses. It's how you bounce back. It's how you stand back and stand tall on the principles and how you correct the wrongs when they were wrong. The Bills game, looking back, it was necessary for us to shore up that situation with our linebacker approach with Micah Parsons, and we did that. That Miami Dolphins game, that was a very winnable game. Slipped through our fingers right now. We can look back and say, hey, we beat that team. Hell, we have the number 1 seed right now. Or something along those natures. So let's focus, man. Let's not complain about anything that happened last year, and let's focus on what's going to happen this year. Playoff game at the crib. Focus in on it. Let's take control. If there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I'll ride with brother, roll with brothers. The morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those, man, you shall never call a friend, because they bend the lies around the truth. To me, therein. Appreciate everybody, man, for y'all support, your love, and everything else that your guys do. Hey, let's celebrate. We'll be back and talk all noise. Stay tuned. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.